Okay. All right. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Is that what you were clapping for? Me? Oh, thanks. That's sweet. Where the hell did all you guys come from? Were you all outside? Man, this is working out great. All right. My name's Doug. I've been doing this for 20 years. Seriously. Welcome to Third Degree. How many of you have been here before? That's it? Wow. So literally, we've been here for 20 years. A month from now, we'll celebrate our 20th anniversary officially. So, yeah, I know. I don't look that old. Or I do. This guy showed up when he was like in high school. No joke, right? 15. And now he can make a horse out of glass. So look, like we're changing the world. I'm kidding. This is actually really hard to do. Addison makes a great joke about this when he does this. When you go to Italy, they make these things, and they look like the Ferrari horse. Actually, that's pretty good. But he liked to joke that when we make them, they're like a Missouri mule, right? Right? Isn't that the joke? I learned a lot of my jokes from Addison. It's true. All right, so we've got a pretty exciting demonstration for you. Are we doing all this? Are you doing all of it? Okay, so not this part. So earlier tonight, they made a pumpkin with a bike on it, a BMX bike, because down the street, we enacted one of my childhood dreams, and we built like a BMX dirt bike track, and there was guys out. Are any of the BMX guys here? Hey, there's Jake. Jake's in the back. Jake was flying through the air down the street on a bike. He's almost too old to do that, but he's going to keep doing it anyway. Yeah. So long story short, they thought that they would make a pumpkin with a BMX bike on it. Tonight, because of the balloon glow, and you guys, the fact that you didn't go to it, we're going to make a glowing balloon. It's going to be the shape of a pumpkin, right? And it won't have a bike on it. So, hot air balloon, shape of a pumpkin. Let's get started. Let's give these guys a round of applause before we even start, huh? We don't normally do that, but tonight's a special night. This is Jeremy. Jeremy is our one and only instructor at this point. We used to offer a lot of classes and workshops, and then COVID killed all that, and then we realized we weren't making any money, so we stopped doing it the way we did. Now, Jeremy gives one-on-one or two-on-one experiences that are extremely hands-on. We just call it private training. You basically sign up, and you pretty much come in, talk to Jeremy, and he will try to make just about anything you want in a 2.5-hour session. Now, I'm talking about that, and you're getting excited, but if you go to try to sign up for it, they're booked like 3 months out. So I try not to talk about it too much. All right, so let's talk about glass for a minute. So Jeremy has a blowpipe. Those pipes are usually made of steel or stainless steel. And he went into the melt furnace to get some glass. He's gone in there twice while I've been rambling on. That glass is 2,000 degrees when it comes out of the furnace. The furnace holds 300 pounds of molten clear glass. So inside that rectangular, square-ish shaped box is an opening. And if I open it, you guys can feel it from there, right? Yeah. So there's a 24-inch diameter crucible in there. It's 16 inches deep, 24 inches in diameter. It's a hemisphere shape. And it holds about 300 pounds of molten clear glass at 2,000 degrees. So he goes in, he takes the pipe, submerges it into the glass. He rotates. You guys see him turning all the time. That glass is like the consistency of honey in the furnace. So if we come out of the furnace and we don't keep turning, what do you guys think happens? I can't hear anybody, so it falls on the floor. So I'll show you. I've had a few drinks. This will be easy. So, no, in all seriousness, if I just stop turning, that's what happens, right? And I've got flip-flops on, so perfect. So that broke already. But this is our fiber optic demonstration. And yeah, thanks, Chris. Oh, shit. Oops, sorry, kids. Is it past PG-13 time? All right. So, I mean, I could run out in the alley if I went fast enough, but it's cooling off pretty quick. You can stop. We're just making a mess now. So, I can't even find that. So, it's super, super thin. And if I take this and I grab it right here and cool it off, it breaks off really quickly. This stuff's amazing. Super flexible. Right? Check it out, kids. Look at that. That's glass. You can't take it home with you, though. It'll poke your eye out. Okay. All right, so Jeremy's done a whole bunch of stuff while I've been rambling on. So let's show you a few more things to catch you up. Can I take the orange? Yeah. I'm assuming that's what you've got on there. So he took that molten clear glass and he rolled it in this, what looks like sprinkles for a cupcake, right? This is colored glass. This is made by a manufacturer that makes it just for glass artists. It has to have the same coefficient of expansion, yeah, we're getting sciencey on you, to work with the clear glass that we melt. So he takes that hot clear glass, he rolls it in there, and it literally sticks to it like sprinkles on a cupcake. He put a couple of layers on, and you're telling me, you're like, Doug, that's not the same, right? Not the same color at all. When the glass is hot, it's going to look orange or dark, kind of burnt red like that the entire time we're working. You will not see this orange color until it's cool again. Thanks. Like this. So they used the same color earlier tonight. This is a little cutoff. It will go back to this color, but not until it's completely cooled. Speaking of cooling, he's using compressed air to cool that bubble off even more. The next step is to go get more glass. So if Jeremy wants to make a pumpkin that's any bigger than, let's say, I don't know, what do you think, softball? Well, whatever. It's all relative. If he wanted to make anything bigger than this, he doesn't have enough material. The glass just keeps getting thinner as it gets bigger. So back to the furnace he goes. You can see him turning pretty quickly. He's getting a nice even layer of clear glass on the outside of that colored glass now. And he's going to use a tool called the block. Glassblowers have these highly technical terms for the tools they use. This is a block because it's a block of wood. And it's been carved out into this sideways spoon ladle shaped thing. So these are typically made of fruit wood like cherry. That's green. That means it's not been dried. It still has the sap in it. It still has the moisture content when they turn it or when they CNC it. That sap is carbon. It's sugar. It turns to carbon when it burns. The carbon and the water keep the glass from sticking to the wood. I am bombarding you guys with information. There's a quiz in about 15 minutes. Actually, there's a raffle in 27 minutes if they're done. And one of you is going to win that piece of glass that Jessica's standing by. If you got a ticket in that picture. We used to make, well, we didn't, no, it's illegal to make you buy things. You can have a ticket right now if you want one. But the bar is open. All right, so Jeremy's using the block to shape the glass. I'm going to pick up some of this glass that I've strewn all about the floor. And he's got a bunch of help tonight. So glassblowing is usually a team sport, right? So Addison, we briefly met earlier, and Ethan is squatting down there to inflate the bubble as needed. Chris is standing over with his hands on his hips. Plenty of help tonight. Oh, you can keep him there. Chris, there's nothing wrong with standing with your hands on your hips. It's fine. Yeah. Oh, all right. All right, so a little bit of shaping, a little bit of blowing, but so people are often surprised, like glass blowing involves very little blowing. It's a lot of shaping and a lot of controlling the heat. Jeremy was using this big table, which is, we call this the Marver, M-A-R-V-E-R, which is some like derivative of the Italian word for marble, because the Italians used marble. And now he's using what we call an optic mold, which I will show you another one of, because that one's going to be too hot to pick up. So he stuffed the glass into a mold made of aluminum. Let me grab another one here. It looks similar to this. So he took that hot glass and he shoved it down into that mold and imparted those ridges in the glass. That's how those pumpkins behind you get their ridges. And if you haven't bought a pumpkin tonight, you should, because that's how these guys make a living. They certainly didn't get paid tonight due to the admission costs that you paid to get in here. I also like to let everyone know that if you have any complaints tonight, we will give you a full refund. All right, so really important thing happening. Brian's got the, Brian, go back to that overhead view one more time, please. Thank you, Brian. See that groove, that narrow point that Jeremy has made in the glass? Super important. He's used the tool called the jacks to create that. Without that break point, we can't get the glass off the blowpipe. Okay? Thanks, Brian. If you guys are wondering, Brian is behind the wall. He's literally like the man behind the curtain. He's controlling the camera views remotely. He's doing a great job. Let's give him a round of applause. When COVID hit, we invested like a bunch of money in things like cameras and TV screens and a new bar. There was nobody here. It sucked, yeah. And then we were underwater like a month ago, right? But now we're here. Okay, what are you guys doing? Just hanging out or? Oh, little spot heating. So they're using a torch that uses oxygen and propane to spot heat, and then they got it so hot that Chris literally blew a hole through the glass. So people ask, like, can you blow too hard? Yes, you can. If the glass is too hot, you can blow a hole in it. In this case, that was intentional. The oven that Jeremy's using now is just for reheating. So there's 4 of them in the studio. We're using 2 of them tonight. So the glass only stays hot and workable for, let's say, 30 seconds, maybe a minute, depending on what you're doing, how thick it is. So Jeremy's constantly going back into that oven to reheat the glass. If he doesn't do that, the glass will get too cold. 2 things will happen. 1, it stops moving. Can't do anything to it. And 2, it can get so cold that it can crack. All right, so lots of communication here. By the way, did I mention that, like, this has not been rehearsed, practiced? It wasn't even planned until about 2 hours ago, I think. Like, there was some other plan that I heard at 6 o'clock, and then they're like, hey, we should make a balloon. And I was like, yeah, great, balloon glow, let's make a balloon. They're like, hey, we'll make it a pumpkin. I was like, cool, sounds good. So I have no idea what they're doing, and neither do they. All right, Q&A, any questions? Let's start over here. Yeah, do we turn it off or does it stay on 24/7? So these 2 melt furnaces are on 24/7. They get turned off once a year to take that crucible out and replace it. The glass is corrosive even to the crucible, so it eats through it quite literally. So if we don't replace it once a year, it could drill a hole through it and then we have a big furnace full of solid glass. Not a good plan. But yes, they're on. Oh, yes, gentleman in the collared shirt. Can somebody get this guy out of here? All right. Next. How long do the blocks last? Yeah, depends on who's using them. So I would say like we get a year out of every one of them at least. But again, like that, it just depends on how much you use them. There's no good answer to that. Longer than you think. Let's put it that way. Let me show you another highly technical tool. Do we have a newspaper pad? So this is a great example. So this is about as close as we can get to shaping the glass with our hands. This is like 4 or 5 sheets of the Wall Street Journal or the New York Times. We don't use the Post-Dispatch. It smokes and it's really kind of stinky. For some reason, St. Louis's laugh at that. Like, I don't know why that's funny, but it is, and I tell the joke every time. In all seriousness, the paper content's different. So we fold it up, we get it wet, and we can use this kind of like a mitt, and we can grab the glass and shape it with it. This is like the manual version of the block. Okay, so they're adding what will be the attachment points for the basket, if you haven't already figured it out. So Ethan's got some clear glass. They've stuffed it into a mold to give it some texture. He's twisting it right now to kind of give it even more texture. Jeremy's cut it off. We call that a bit in the glass blowing world. They're bringing bits of glass. Addison's working on another one. I'm assuming we're doing 4 or 3. 4. Square basket. All right, other questions, real questions. Anything? Which one? 2,300 Fahrenheit, give or take. 100, 200 degrees. Who's counting? I saw another hand. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Chemistry, colored glass is over here, but primarily it's silica. And then calcium oxide and sodium oxide are the 2 others. So it's like soda and lime, basically, right? Almost every glass that you, like the glass that you're drinking out of is a soda lime glass. The window glass behind you is soda lime glass. We can't take those glasses and throw them in our furnace. They're not the same. There's an infinite number of chemical compositions of glass. So our glass is formulated to have the specific coefficient of expansion to work with the colored glasses that are made for us. We actually get ours from Sweden, which makes no sense, but it's true. Yeah. Can we recycle the glass? If it's clean and clear, yes. If it has color in it, we can't throw it back in the clear, because guess what? It's not clear. But yeah, we recycle as much as we can. The cost of glass has gone up dramatically because our glass has lithium in it. You guys heard about lithium? Can't get it. So actually, we're working. Oh, this still has lithium in it. The glass in the furnace behind these panels has no lithium in it because the manufacturer has formulated a lithium-free version to hopefully save us all some money. So the hand torch is important because we can't always keep everything hot. Jeremy's going in to try to keep that warm, but it gets more and more difficult to keep the entire piece warm. Every time he goes into that oven to reheat, everything's getting hot, right? So the parts, those bits that he added to, what are we going to call the connection points to the basket? The ropes. Those are some big-ass ropes. Those, as you can see, those are sturdy. They're swimming around, but his balloon is pretty stable. So he's got to kind of dance around these different temperatures. This piece will be raffled off a month from now at our 20th anniversary. That's right. Thank you, Jessica, for... Yes, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, a brief shameless plug for a few other things while we're waiting. So we host private events here. Jessica's our event director over there. Pre-COVID, we did 220 events in 2019. Wedding receptions, corporate parties, birthday parties. If you're looking for a fun place to have an event, we're it. Right? That's why you're here. It's not free when you bring your guests, but we can do demos. Yeah, absolutely. I already talked about the private training, so that's that. I've already tried to shame you into buying glass. I can keep trying on that one, though. Shaming them, like guilting them into buying glass, you know? Say again? Oh, yeah. Who hasn't gotten a raffle ticket? Because you guys are here late, so you deserve an opportunity to win the piece. So if you haven't, we'll pass a few out. Looks like plenty of people don't have them. Okay. Gang's doing fine over here. Everybody looks calm and relaxed. Chris has started working on the basket for the balloon here. So down the street tonight, we had our first ever outdoor concert at what we're calling Maker Hill. It's an outdoor amphitheater, which is basically, you know, a fancy term for a hill covered with grass. But there was a band out there tonight. There's a container that was serving food. There was a food truck out on the street. There was food in here. We're going to keep doing this. It's only taken us 20 years, but we're starting to figure it out. Yeah, yeah. Say again? City Museum? Chris used to blow glass at the City Museum, but no, we were not started. We started here. So 20 years ago, we opened the doors here. Like literally 20 years ago, like probably tonight was sort of the first day. Yeah. I was just a baby. A 24-year-old baby. Or 26. I don't know how old I was. Doesn't matter. You guys don't care. What else? What other random trivia would you like to hear about? Okay, so Chris has got the jack line going. We've even got a camera on him. Sometimes I wonder where the cameras are, you know? I'm like, God, there's cameras everywhere. So this is going to be fun because they're going to have to stick Chris's bubble onto those ropes. And again, we've never done this before, so Jeremy's just trying to figure out where to stick all those tentacles. We thought we would like sell out of pumpkins tonight. That didn't happen, so good news, before you leave, you can still buy one. And if you don't feel like buying one tonight, you can come back tomorrow or next Tuesday or every Tuesday through Saturday from 10 to 5, right? Okay. Let's get ready for the big moment here. All right, so they're trying to figure out how they're going to make this happen. Put it on the floor, he says. So the raffle is always fun. You got to stick around for that. So we'll take all those tickets, we'll dump them on the floor, and we'll drool hot glass on them. Light them on fire. Oh, one more flash. All right, so Jeremy's going to reheat one more time. Chris is going to reheat one more time. And they're going to shove this thing together. And then, I mean, we're pretty close then? Little adjustment. I just want to be ready for the finale. All right, just making sure. I didn't know if there was any surprise additions or like the rally squirrel was going to show up, or wax fireballs would be great. I always say, like, it's unfortunate when nothing goes wrong because you guys just think it's easy. Did you screw up some stuff earlier? Nice. Good. Like, it's all, like, this is like beginner's luck when we make stuff like this for the first time. All right, here we go. So, guys, I mean, it's kind of disproportionate. I think we should try again. Like, let's start over. Let's start over. Do over? I'm kidding. It's 9:18. I've been here since 7:30. First time. I think Chris just wanted to make a big piece, you know? He didn't want to, like, make a little tiny basket. Oh, should we, like, clap or something? Yeah. Great job, guys. Amazing. God, I'm failing tonight. I had to do a kind of a bad job tonight so I can kill it next month, right?
Biggest one of the year next month.
So in October, we hang giant 60-pound pumpkins from the ceiling. They smash glass. You got to come back. Chris almost got burned. Did you guys see that? Pretty good. Yeah. Lost all your leg hair right there. All right, so just a little bit of fine-tuning here, getting everything warmed up, or warmed back up. What? Who knows? So we're going to try to inflate the balloon with some fire, just to finish this off. What'd she say? Oh, Sophietta. Oh. Oh. Oh, a little gravity and centripetal force action here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ethan, you should definitely get out of the way. Nice stretch there, boss. Okay. Where's that fireball? Where's that going? You just ruined those twists. Sweet. All right. A little bit of flaming fireball action here. Let's see. Wait. No, put it in the basket. Yeah, other way, Jeremy. All right, whatever. Whatever. Nobody cares. Oh. Our very own balloon glow. Oh. Oh, there we go. There we go. God, I bet you guys can't wait to come back next month and win that. Can you imagine that in your living room? All your guests will come over and be like, they'll be like, what is that? And you'll be like, well, can't you tell? It's a hot air balloon shaped like a pumpkin. Yeah, kind of. All right, one more round of applause. So let's, now, I mean, it's still an amazing feat that they put this together. Let's not give them too hard of a time. So we're gonna get this thing off of the blowpipe. Chris has got a pair of Kevlar mitts here. That Kevlar can withstand that 1,000-degree glass for a few seconds. They're gonna get it off of there, hopefully get it into the oven that's called an annealing oven. The ovens behind me are for cooling the glass. Sounds a bit contradictory, but that glass is over 1,000 degrees. Oh, yeah. See, they're just having fun now. There we go. We need some like alcohol or, yeah. Oh, yes. So we're going to cool that glass overnight. It's going to be over 1,000 degrees when it goes in the oven. It won't be moving anymore, but the glass has to be stabilized. So if, oh, all right, let's do something. This is great. He's not going to throw it, is he? Well, he might. You want to turn this one off for me, Joe? Well, actually, that's kind of hard to get to. Still trying to even the heat out a little bit. We do want it to survive, despite my disparaging comments. Someone will appreciate that. So this is the piece that was made last month. This was made from pieces that were broken in the flood that devastated the gallery back a little over a month ago. So this is actually a beautiful piece. Yeah. Huh? No, you are not eligible. All employees, staff, and relatives of Third Degree Glass Factory are not allowed to win anything. All right, here we go. A little tap, tap. And into the oven it goes. All right, one more big round of applause for these guys as it goes in the box. And I need someone to give me a, hey, Ethan, will you gather up some glass and light these on fire? So this is what we do every month. We spread these out and we throw some glass on it. And then I pull one out of the flames. And one of you wins. And if we don't wait very long. Like if you don't like read your number like quickly, I just move on. Because like some of you left. All right, ready for this? And then when someone does win, you all cheer and you're happy for them. All right? Okay, get ready. That's plenty, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, just drool that on there. Whoa, he's blowing bubbles for us. Hey, all right, perfect. That's good. That's good. We have to have at least one survive. All right, good. Well, kind of good. How are we failing at this? I think the bubble was a mistake. Some of you are losing right now. Yeah, absolutely more fire. There's way too many good tickets there. Like, it has to be dramatic. Like, that's it. We want it to look like nobody's going to win. This is all an illusion. Okay. All right. That's still this is lame. I wonder if it's like the blue dye, you know? I kind of want to just get in there, mix it up. My uncle said the fire spinners were outside and they're like, these people didn't listen to their parents, right? Isn't that what you said? And I would say neither did any of us. Okay, thank you. All right, now can you pull that glass out of there? Okay, good. All right, this is going to be the winner right here. last four. 6727. 6727. No way, that's it? We did it. That was the first try in the ever. All right, so we'll make sure none of you can win again. Let's give her a big round of applause. Hey, in all seriousness, thank you guys for coming out. And no joke, the bar is still open, and we don't make any money other than selling stuff to you guys. So, like, buy one more drink or buy a pumpkin, please. I have all this extra staff over there. We have tons of boxes ready for you. Okay? Thanks for coming out. Have a good night. All right, now we have to clean this mess up. I'm getting old.